How y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work Boxing. To hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell. Please hit the subscribe button. I got to go in and talk about some boxing. Lord, we got to keep going in on this situation about Terence Crawford versus Gary Russell Jr. versus Keith Thurman, Josh Taylor. Everybody in the world is calling out Terence Crawford. And by that, people should know and understand, like I just said in my last video, that Terence Crawford is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He got fighters from all types of weight classes trying to come in the ring and fight Terence Crawford. People who is not even in his division right now screaming for Terence Crawford's name, kind of like the Floyd Mayweather effect back in the day. Just the difference is Terence don't have the money behind him that Floyd has, so it's kind of different. But you can clearly see that he is the man to beat at this point right now in boxing. So that right there alone should show the public, even if you dislike him, you got to give him his credit, because that right there is just proof in the pudding that he is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, because fighters from everywhere wants to fight him. Now let's talk about the Gary Russell Jr. situation. Now, due to the fact, if the Kell Brook fight don't get, made official, Terence got to fight somebody. And if you don't fight Keith Thurman, then hey, fight Gary Russell Jr. That's what I'm going to say about that fight. If you're not going to fight Keith Thurman, fight Gary Russell Jr. Now, thinking in the form of Terence Crawford, what does Terence, once again, I always have to ask, have to gain by beating a smaller fighter like Gary Russell Jr.? He doesn't get a title. Everybody gonna say you're supposed to win that fight. Now Gary coming out with another story once again. If you ain't heard the story, this story is that he was mad that his brother was losing at a tournament one time, and Terence Crawford and 2 other guys were laughing at his brother, and he came and approached them and told them, "What y'all say?" They said, "We ain't say nothing." And he said, "That's what I thought." Gary, we don't care about the stories anymore. I'm a fan of yours myself, but please stop coming on with the stories. I know you thinking that in the public, as casual fans, they will be behind it and say, "Oh, look how he dogging Terence Crawford. He need to get in there and fight him." But the real fans who know and love boxing, we understand why he won't fight you. He has a 10-inch reach advantage on you, and he's a bigger fighter. You bring no title. You bring no money because you're a black fighter. What will he gain? A lot of the black people who are commenting in the channels and in the sections are not going to buy a pay-per-view fight. So what will he get for beating Gary Russell Jr.? Somebody explain that to me. He will get nothing for beating a Gary Russell Jr., but an easy payday. Because Gary Russell Jr. will not stand a chance against Terence Crawford with a 10-inch reach advantage. Now let's go on to Mr. Keith Thurman. Now, I tell people all the time that Keith Thurman versus Terence Crawford will be one of the biggest fights at welterweight. It will be. I think that's the fight that everybody needs to see. We will see boxing at its best. A lot of people disagree. They say it's Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I don't agree with that. I think the awkwardness and the awkward style of Keith Thurman, the power, will be a major factor against a fighter like Terence Crawford. And the fact that he will be willing to go out there and bang. Terence Crawford, his awkward style, being able to switch stance, being a smart fighter, using the ring, both of them have good footwork. I think that will be a great fight. But Keith Thurman coming out saying that he wants $10 million during a pandemic, let's understand, during a pandemic, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No one is buying tickets. I have to keep telling, no one is buying tickets right now. Nobody is at the fight. Nobody. So to even come out and say that, literally, it's just a waste of time. Literally, it's just coming out to the public and wanting to put your name out there saying that you want to fight Terence Crawford. Now, if this was before the pandemic, hey, I'll be right with you. Terence, you got to fight him. Terence, give him the $10 million. But during the fact that what's going on right now, fighters are taking pay cuts due to the fact that nobody is buying tickets. How can you just come out and ask for $10 million? How can you just come out and ask for $10 million? Now, I'm hearing from hearsay that people are saying that Brooke is going to get that much to fight Terence Crawford. Do you know that really? Are you behind the scenes? Are you signing contracts? Do people know that? No one really knows that. So how can people say, that he going to pay Kell Brook more than he'll pay Keith Thurman? We don't really know that. And even still, why would you throw a number out like that, Keith? If you wanted to fight, you said you would sign a contract. That means at this point, Keith, you hold nothing. You don't even have a title. So you are not the A side in this. You don't come in and demand anything. See, that's what people not mentioning. I always hear people want to talk trash and say, hey, do you know anything? You don't know anything about business. I know enough. I know that if you ain't the A side, you don't come in making no demands. I know you don't come in off the top and just say you want $10 million. You're not the A side. No, we make an offer to you. We'll give you 5. We'll give you 4. And you'll make this off the back end. You don't make no offer. You don't hold nothing. He's searching for a belt. Terence is not. Now, if the fight with Kell Brook don't go through, Terence Crawford has to fight somebody. He needs to fight Keith Thurman or Gary Russell Jr. It has to be somebody, and it has to be somebody with a name. Now, also, let me go in on the Kell Brook situation. Keith wanted $10 million to fight, but exactly, I don't have to research that. I just forgot about it, but thank you for reminding me, Boxing Syndicate. Keith wanted $10 million to fight Errol Spence Jr., and we all know, and I'm a Keith Thurman fan to the fullest, and I admit he stalled out on Errol Spence Jr. When fighters call out those big numbers like that, it's only to stop a fight. They really don't want to fight. They offer. You just can't come out and say, I want $20 million. That's like what Adrian Broner is doing right now. Oh, I won't step back in the ring until I get $10 million. Well, who you think gonna give you $10 million? You haven't earned your spot to get $10 million. True enough, Adrian Broner sell tickets, but $10 million up front, there's no guarantee I get my $10 million back. And it depends on who Adrian Broner fights. If it ain't a Manny Pacquiao or somebody of that caliber, or Devin Haney, them pay-per-view numbers ain't finna be big. Now back to Kell Brook. A lot of people, talking about Kell Brook. Now everybody wants to bring up the fact that Kell Brook was injured during the fight when he fought Triple G. Now people, and since you want to bring that up, since everybody wants to talk about Terence Crawford, let's mention the fact that your boy Errol Spence fought him immediately after that injury. So thank you all for mentioning that, because you never want to admit it at no time when I bring it up. And that's a lot of these channels out here. They never admit that. But I'm looking at the comment sections right now. So cool. On what channel am I? I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at Fannin International Boxing. Shout out to Fannin International Boxing. And I'm just looking at the comments, and I'll read now. If Kell Brook glass eye holds up, don't be surprised if he beats Bud. Now he got a glass eye. But won't nobody worry about his eye right after he came out of the Triple G fight and fought Errol Spence Jr. Now his eye is a fact. Now he a bomb. All right, let's keep going. But I seen some more on mine. Oh, Crawford is looking for a guaranteed win so that he can end up and fight Spence now. Now Kell Brook holds no ground in boxing. Now Kell Brook is not an ex-champion. Now Kell Brook can't fight. This is what you have to hear from casual fans. Kell Brook doesn't have a belt. He's in top 5. Isn't that right, Bowman? Why would you fight him over Thurman? Because Kell Brook actually wants to fight. Because Kell Brook is willing to sign a contract. Kell Brook then jump off and holler $10 million. That's why. Brooke about to beat the black out Crawford. Duck, duck, Bud Crawford. You see this? Charles Baker. We got to give Kell Brook a little bit more respect, and we do. Bud was ducking Kell Brook not too long ago. When was this? Because Kell Brook just dropped back down from 154. I don't never recall that fight even being mentioned. When was this? Kell Brook hasn't been this flip mode. This is a comment. The back of what I was just saying. Kell Brook hasn't been a welterweight since 2017. No, I thought, no, you said Bud was ducking Kell Brook not too long ago. Now you're saying that's what those dudes were saying. You see? No disrespect to you, boxing syndicate. But see, this is what happens. This is when media is pushed upon boxing fans. Because he clearly himself just said that Terence Crawford was ducking Kell Brook. But when I stated that I never heard that, now someone else said. You see now? This is what the propaganda that the PBC channels that hate that hate Terence Crawford, that won't give Terence Crawford his credit. This is what they do. And no disrespect to you, bro. I'm just speaking real. This is what happens. You see now? That's why I'm breaking down the fact of going through these comments and showing people. Now, see, when he fought Errol Spence Jr., Kell Brook, the eye injury had no significance. Nobody cared about the eye injury. All right? Fracture. Now, let me first of all, let me clarify exactly what the injury was. It was a hairline fracture or fracture in his eye socket. And he came right back and fought Errol Spence Jr. But now, years down the road, his eye is becoming a factor to boxing fans. You see how automatically, soon as Terence picks an opponent, they ain't good enough. They're not good enough. Yes, Errol did break it, John Page. He broke it because once it's fractured, it's easy to split the other eye. You see, I'm happy I made this video. Because you Errol Spence fans exposing y'all selves. Errol broke the other eye socket, yes, because he didn't have time to heal. Once it's a fracture, and it's a fracture anything, right? In a leg, and a stick. It could be a broomstick, anything. Once it's a fracture, what else can happen once you keep using it? Or once you keep beating on it or sweeping the floor with it? It completely breaks. So thank you, Errol Spence fans. You all have admitted something that you will not admit ever right now on this video. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. Now, like I said once again, when I stated the fact that by everybody calling out Errol Spence from this weight class, from that weight class, from here, there, everywhere, this proves that he's the man in boxing. It literally proves that. All right? You can say he don't make no money. You can say he don't sell no tickets. You can say he ain't the pay-per-view king. You can say all you want. But I'm going to kill you with one thing and say this. It was another fighter. Everybody in the world wanted to fight him. Who was that fighter? Floyd Mayweather Jr. And Floyd was what? The #1 pound for pound best fighter in the world. And Terence Crawford is getting the same call outs that he was getting. Just speaking real facts. Just speaking facts. Man, Sean Porter need to apologize to the boxing fans for that ragged ass fight that he gave us. That's what he need to do. Before he do anything, he need to apologize to us. That's what he need to do. Sean Porter need to apologize to us for that fight. For looking bad like that in that fight. You go pick a journeyman and look bad. That was horrible. Oh, let me keep going down the comment. Spencer scared of Crawford. Stacey McIntosh, somebody knows the truth. Spencer scared of Crawford. Somebody has told Errol Spence Jr., please do not fight Terence Crawford. Please don't go barking up that tree. Please don't go do that. LDBC dudes were saying, I'm just pointing out the flip-flop. Okay, then, but you didn't clarify that, boxing syndicate. You didn't say that the LDBC was saying that he ducked him. And we all know that the LDBC and a list of other channels are against Terence Crawford. That's all I'm saying. You didn't clarify that. You said that as if it was a known fact. Porter should give you Yugas beat Porter to me. Yes, Yugas did beat Porter to me too. He did beat him. Bro, until Crawford fight the best in the division, bro, the best in his division don't want to fight him. How can y'all not see that? Are y'all clearly that type? Y'all are really them type of fanboys of another man that you can't see the truth? I mean, you can be a fan of somebody, but once you start seeing the truth, you should see the truth. They don't want to fight him. He can't go make anybody sign a contract. What are you gonna do? Put a gun to somebody's head? Fight me or die. That what y'all want? He can't do that. He keep telling the public. That's why I made this video. They keep talking about Gary Russell Jr., Virgil Ortiz, Ron Ennis. He said he doesn't want to fight none of those guys. He needs 3 more belts to be great, to be undisputed in 2 weight classes like Evander Holyfield. This is what this man trying to do. Nothing else matters to him. But does he need a fight? Does he have to push that shit to the side and say he need to? Yes, he need to do that. If this Kell Brook fight don't come through, he got to push all that to the side. But come on, he can't make people fight him. Y'all know what's going on. People just don't want to admit it. Let me see. Hell no. Spence will walk Crawford down. Okay, we just got to see it. I'm not down it. I'm not a Spence hater. Spence is a good fighter too. In my beliefs, I just think Terence Crawford has more utensils to beat him. I'm not saying Errol Spence can't beat him, but I know that Errol Spence Jr. clearly does not want to fight him. When you come in, the first thing you say is that if you win a title at 147, I'll fight you. He been won a title. Let me ask y'all this too. Terence Crawford has stopped every opponent since he's been at 147. Every one. These 147 pounders that y'all are bragging about, Errol Spence Jr., even my boy Keith Thurman, they ain't stopped all their opponents in their previous fights. Keith Thurman almost got knocked out by Josito Lopez. Errol Spence couldn't knock out a lighter Michael Garcia. Terence Crawford has stopped every opponent since being at 147. But he gets no credit. Stop every opponent. Let me go down. Let me read the comments. He got an excuse not to fight everybody. How when they calling him out publicly? You believe Sean Porter when he said to talk to Bud and turn down the fight, bro? I believe Sean Porter. I explained this in one of my videos. Sean Porter, look, bro, this right. Look at Formella versus Porter. And this is all I'm gonna say. Look at Formella versus Porter. Do you think that Sean Porter can beat Terence Crawford after you seen Formella versus Porter? Do y'all really believe that? Didn't they just say that they are friends? Don't you think he know that Terence will beat him? It's not Terence. Terence don't want to hurt his friend. He don't want to embarrass Sean Porter. If you go back and you watch some old videos, Sean Porter clearly tell you that he think Terence Crawford is one of the best fighters in the world. He a bad dude and he don't want to fight him. He say that before he mentioned the friendship. He said he said himself he admires Terence Crawford. He's amazed by Terence Crawford. So people need to do the research before they be running their mouth. One of the best. You said one of the best 147 Brew Horrors. I hope you ain't talking about Jeff Horn. I can fight. I could box better than Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn come in like a ram. He's all he do. Another Bernard Hopkins. Man, please don't say nothing about no Jeff Horn. Sean Porter has been fighting nothing but killers. Okay, that's past tense. Sean Porter just fought a dude named Formella that came out of nowhere. This dude came out the woods somewhere. And he looked bad. And y'all think he gonna beat Terence Crawford? It's Bob Arum, not Bud, if you ask me. I think I can agree with that. I think it's Bob Arum a little bit too, because Bob Arum trying to make money. Half of these fights that people talking about ain't making no money. Spence and Keith Thurman versus Terence Crawford, them the biggest fights to get paid off of. Other than that, don't nobody else bring no money for real. Then you gotta look at it like now. Even Bob Arum just tripped on Josito Lopez about money, man. Bob Arum said he ain't trying to go out there and spend all his money on no damn fight and ain't gonna get no money back. Bob Arum is a businessman. He about making money. Now Jeff Horn the bomb. Amir Khan a bomb. Kavalauskas a bomb, 24-0. Come on, man. Benavidez a bomb. Now everybody he fight a bomb. But them same fighters, they would have beat him. Then what? They wouldn't be bombs no more? No. You say they bombs. That's your opinion. But once again, what does Ray Robinson bring? He beat him, or Terence supposed to beat him. Terence fighting bombs. You see what I'm saying? No opponent is good enough. I agree with you, Blanca. I agree with you on that, Blanca. I totally agree with you there. Gary Russell Jr. will beat up Terence Crawford. I don't know what you smoked today. I don't know what you smoked today. But whatever it is, it's potent. It's very potent, whatever you smoke today. People keep saying Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Anderson, they could fight Terence Crawford. Terence don't want to fight anybody that does not have a belt. He said that. He stated that. People need to stop. Stop watching your favorite channels out there. Shout out to all the channels out there. No hating on you. But y'all guys are biased. You're biased. You're biased for interviews. You're biased for phone conversation. And you lie to the public and portray fighters. You don't tell the truth. Everyone clearly can see Terence Crawford is being ducked. Everybody could clearly see that. You see, Jaleel said he only want these 2 fights or bombs, no real threat. It's not about no real threats. It's about being dominant. It's about going out there and being the king. He want to be the king like he was at 140. He want to be the undisputed champion. He don't want to waste no time fighting nobody else for no money. For no, not money, but for no reason. See, the thing is, and like I said this in my last video, y'all would rather say that he fights Bum and pressure him instead of pressuring your favorite fighter on why he's not fighting. Why don't y'all go at Errol Spence and a list of other fighters that won't fight him? Why don't y'all, and Keith Thurman, like I should be doing, why don't y'all go at them the way that y'all go at Bud? Why don't y'all do that? Why don't you go type in, get on Twitter, you see Errol Spence Jr. account. Errol fight Bud, he's scared of you. Errol fight Bud, he's scared of you. Go fight Bud, go fight Bud. Go kill Bud, destroy Bud. Why he won't go do it? Because he knows he can't beat Terence Crawford. He don't want no part of Terence Crawford. Ronald Finkley. Well, to be fair, I think Bud could have been put in the mix if his management understand that he needed a fan base relevant fight. First of all, Bud ain't gonna. They don't want Terence to fight Errol Spence because they know that for one, Terence gonna beat him and he gonna take them belts from him. Then Terence Crawford holds court, and Bob Arum got all the belts at 147. So if Terence Crawford beat Manny Pacquiao and he beat Errol Spence Jr., then they can't destroy Al Haymon's power. Al Haymon still holds court as long as he got those belts. I mean, hold on, I said that backwards. Al Haymon won't allow Errol Spence Jr. to fight Terence Crawford because Al Haymon still needs those belts. And if he fights Terence Crawford, those belts are gone. If Manny Pacquiao fights Terence Crawford, those belts are gone. His belts are already gone from the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury got the WBC. Joshua got the other 3 belts. So they need those titles. See, what y'all don't understand is that Frank Warren and all them coming together, they didn't really want to work together. They didn't want to work together. Their whole goal is to push Al Haymon out of boxing. Once they get those titles, they can dictate to Al Haymon. That's the whole point. That's why PBC won't even mention Terence Crawford as a champion. Who is Bud? Fuck. I hate to hear that. So he was fighting a bunch of punching bags. That's what people are saying. He became undisputed by fighting a bunch of punching bags. Y'all are sad. Y'all are sad. He just beat 5 people at 147. He beat 5 people. He stopped every opponent at 147. What else do he have to do? What else do we have to do? Oh my God. So Errol Spence fighting what's this guy name? Mikey Garcia, 135 pounder. Lamont Peterson, an original 140 pounder. What's this guy fought Manny Pacquiao? God, I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name, and I need to say his name just to prove a point. Just to prove a point. Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri, 140 pounder. Errol Spence beat Michael Garcia, 135 pounder. Lamont Peterson, 140 pounder. Kell Brook, eye socket injury. Y'all really want to go there about resumes? Huh? Because Errol Spence really don't got nobody but what? Michael Garcia, Kell Brook. Lamont Peterson was on his way out the door. Chris Algieri was a 140-pound fighter. Ocampo, when he's supposed to fight Yugas. Huh? I want to talk about resumes. So Errol Spence Jr. has a better resume than Terence Crawford. Y'all really gonna do that? Huh? Has Errol Spence Jr. fought more champions? Huh? No. Like I thought. Thank you, Albo. Who have Errol beat? I just broke that down, and it can't get no better than that. Who has Errol beat? 140 pounders. One going out the door, a 135 pounder, and a dude that had his eye socket broke. But y'all dare holler about Terence Crawford resume? See, this is when you know you got a bunch of casuals who just watch channels, and whoever the big name fighter is, they just ride with it. They just roll with it. They don't even know what they be talking about. Because if you go down Errol Spence resume, bruh. And don't get it twisted. I'm gonna keep Thurman. I just tell the truth in boxing. For those who, if you think you coming at, I just tell the truth. I hate to hear people say that when you go and check out Errol Spence Jr. resume, and what resume is that? Beating up on smaller fighters, beating fighters with broken eye sockets, skipping older fighters that you supposed to fight that was your mandatory. Damn. I don't know, that can beat any of those guys. My God. Oh, now Terence Crawford has to have an elite UK fight. You see, he never gets just due. Ron Finger says, where is Terence Crawford elite UK fight? Now you gotta have an elite UK fight. Who did Crawford Univibe versus? And Dongo, a fighter that went out there and beat two other fighters, Ricky Burns, and two other fighters, and took their titles. He went and took their titles. That's what you're saying? That's who he unified with. Somebody who went and beat two other fighters and took their titles, and he beat him. Oh, I ain't have to look at it. You see, I ain't have to look it up because I watch boxing. No, Bruce, he don't have two broken eye sockets no more. I just explained that in the beginning of the video, how y'all are using that now. Now y'all pay attention to his eye injuries. But nobody cared about the eye injury after he fought Triple G, when he rushed in the ring with Errol Spence. Nobody cared about that. Nobody mentioned the eye injury. Now, Kell Brook got a fake eye. Come on, man. Be real. Be real. By Regis Progress, what Regis Progress got to do with him being Terence Crawford? Now you know who Ndongo is. You see, it's sad. Let me guess, Gamboa. Now he can't get credit for Gamboa even. But you just seen Tank Davis go 12 rounds with a 38-year-old Gamboa. Okay. It was supposed to get broke. It was injured. Name one guy on what you say, Bud resume who can beat Porter or Mikey. David Benavidez, even with his leg injury, could beat them. Or Mikey. Jeff Horn can't beat none of them. Oh, and I forgot about him fight Sean Porter, a fight that he almost lost. Remember, Sean Porter's supposed to be a football player, Errol Spence. Remember? But you went 12 rounds with a football player. Come on, man. Y'all get off the hype. Get off the hype. You know, Kavaliauskas's got no credit, man. Kavaliauskas's got no credit. He got no credit. You know, even though Kavaliauskas's beat Ray Robinson, the guy that beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs, Kavaliauskas's still got no credit. He was undefeated, 24-0. He still got no credit. Oh, that fight come on Saturday night. Here's London Laura, man. I think here's London Laura. I'll just, hang it up, man. When I saw him fight Hurd, I knew that wasn't the same Laura anymore. Can't tell him what to do, because this man, this is a sport he's been doing for his entire life. He loved it. But in my opinion, if he got money saved up and he don't have to, I don't think Laura need to come back. I didn't see the old Laura fighting Jerry Hurd. I feel that the Laura of old would have beat Jerry Hurd. Y'all hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Please comment. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that like button if you watch. But I think he could have beat Hurd. The old of old Alexander Laura. But I just had to get on here. I wanted to mention that, all these call outs, everybody calling everybody's name, it just only proves that Terence Crawford is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. You can hate it, you can dislike it, you can say he don't make a lot of money, he don't make this, he doing that. But right now, he's going through the same situation that Floyd Mayweather was going through. And no, he is not Floyd Mayweather. No, he does not bring the money or draw the money that Floyd Mayweather makes. But at the same time, everybody in any division wants to fight Terence Crawford. And the only fight I remember that happening to was Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. So people have to give this man his props. Quit mentioning fighters' names that hold no court, that hold nothing for him to gain. I could feel better about people making videos every day saying that he ducking Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. Because they're the only two fighters that hold anything for him to go out there and fight for. Now, if you make videos all day about that, then hey, I'm happy for you. But to be simple, keep talking about Errol Spence, Virgil Ortiz, Jerron, all these fighters, and not Errol Spence Jr., but Jerron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, Gary Russell Jr., Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, this person, that person, right now don't do shit for Terence Crawford. And people need to leave it alone. Go at your favorite fighter and ask your favorite fighter why he's not willing to take the fight, or why hasn't he pushed on the fight. That's what people should do. On paper, Jeffrey, on paper, he won. On paper, he won. Thank you, Vlanka. Thank you. I wish I could. Let me see if I could do something with that so I could put it up there. Thank you for exposing that. Errol Spence Jr., they let him fake a whole car crash to duck Bud. Because any of y'all believe that car crash was real. If you believe that car crash was real, you jumped at the common sense line. When they was giving away brains and eyes and stuff like that, the common sense line, you said, I don't need no common sense. You jumped out the line. Because I don't know what else to tell you. Thank you, Jeffrey. This man literally faked the car crash to duck. Tell me, so you ain't. How you going 100, 200 miles, almost 250 miles per hour and get slung out of a car and you don't injure nothing but your teeth? Somebody explain that to me. And you get flipped 12 times. Somebody explain that. Is that possible? You can't come off a hill off a bike riding at 25 miles per hour and flip 2 times and see if you just gonna have some broke teeth. All right. Ain't have a scar, broke arm, broke leg, broke toe, nothing. And y'all sitting up here talking all this Errol Spence talk. They let this man create a whole lie and he got paid off of it just so he could duck somebody. And y'all sitting there, come on now. Common sense, common sense. You know, car accident, flipped 12 times in a Lamborghini with no roof in it. You get thrown, ejected out the car, and you got chipped teeth. Now, Greg, you sound dumb. You dumb for even believing that. Oh my God, Mr. God's property. Yes, bro, it's possible. I know people who've been in similar wreck and walk away with no scratch. Were they in a Lamborghini going 100 miles per hour with no seatbelt, and it was drunk with no roof on the car? Got ejected. Boy, I'd be real surprised to see what some of y'all men would do around other men with a hidden camera. I would be very surprised to see what a lot of y'all dudes would do around a man, because the way y'all justify and hold up another man and don't even use your common sense or care to know the truth. I would hate to hide a video camera around them once y'all meet them. I would hate for your family if you was to meet Errol Spence or some other man you idolize. I would hate for a hidden camera to be around. Because ain't no telling what some of y'all will do. Yeah, ain't no telling what some of y'all will do. Lord have mercy. People just be speaking their opinion and they be getting mad. Let me speak. This is nothing but my opinion, okay? Just like any other channel. This is just an opinion. Just an opinion. Just an opinion. But I just had to speak on all this, all this calling out, everybody doing, I want Terence, nigga, please. Nigga, please. Please. All they gotta do is sign a contract. They coming out picking out who they gonna. Errol Spence even made a list to tell you who he gonna fight upcoming. Basically, so you don't ask him to fight certain fighters. Oh, I'm gonna fight Danny Garcia, then I'm gonna fight this fight. But you seen Terence Crawford come out with a list yet? You seen him come out with a list and put Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao last? Oh, I would love to have a camera around me when I meet Bud too. Because I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to say, you one of the best boxers, non-ducking boxers out there right now. Can I get an autograph signed these gloves? See, that's the difference between me and y'all. Y'all going to want to ride in the car with him, follow him around. You probably wipe his mouth when you get through eating. You probably wipe his mouth when he get through eating. Terrence, Terrence, Terrence. Oh, Terrence, Terrence. No, Errol. Oh, Mayweather. Oh my God, Mayweather. That's how y'all be acting for real. That's how y'all be acting. But I'm finna go and get off, man. I've been on here too long, man. I didn't say my just do. I didn't say my points. I thank everybody for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for taking time out your life to watch the boy Easy Work Boxing. You understand me? Please like, comment, hit that bell, that red bell, hit the subscribe button. And y'all please stay tuned for more videos coming from your boy Easy Work Boxing. I thank y'all. I love y'all for y'all support. It's Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.